What's up, Patriots Nation? Now, I know what you're probably thinking, and the answer is no. You weren't seeing things. The Patriots offense completely channeled their inner chameleon on Sunday, but this wasn't the first time that their scheme did a complete 180. They say good things come in threes, and over the past 3 weeks, the Patriots have cooked up three drastically different offensive strategies: a run-pass mix, a full-fledged passing barrage, and a run-heavy attack. This element of surprise-style versatility has been the Patriots' biggest edge so far this season, but this week their ability to pull off an even remotely similar offensive shock value will be put to the ultimate test against no other than reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. This past Sunday, the Patriots' third offensive plan of attack run-raided Las Vegas, pounding the ground for 250 yards. The Rock carriers a variety powerhouse pack of performers, with Rex Burkhead leading the charge. He had a career game with 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. Sony Michel resurged with 9 carries for 117 yards. That's the most he's rushed since his rookie year, along with 2 catches for 23 yards. And undrafted rookie free agent J.J. Taylor completed the running back trifecta with some impressive ground and pounding in the clutch. Plus, keep in mind, that's all without James White and Damian Harris, who's coming off IR this week following a hand injury. This Raiders matchup proved just how dynamic this Patriots running game can be, especially since up until Sunday, Vegas allowed the 5th fewest rushing yards per carry to backs. So the run game may be their best bet against the Chiefs, who, to put it in ESPN's fantasy rating terms, rank 9th in run D and 1st in passing D strength, following their Monday night victory against the Ravens. Now, although the run may be their safest bet, it doesn't mean it will be easy by any stretch, especially since the return of their run-stuffing D tackle Mike Pennell and defensive tackle Chris Jones, the Chiefs' defensive superstar. Now, we didn't see much from Cam or his wide receiver core on Sunday, mostly because, as Newton said himself, he was subpar, finishing 17 for 28 for 162 passing yards with 1 touchdown and an interception. But these stats won't fly against the Chiefs. Newton has to return to Superman status against Kansas City, especially how we saw them manhandle Lamar Jackson, who's a very similar style QB as Newton, but even more elevated. The good news is more receiver help is on the way, with Gunnar Olszewski coming off IR this week, a standout in camp who can add to the overall depth and star alignment for the Patriots receivers. And speaking of stars aligning, you have to hand it to the Patriots defense for making Darren Waller essentially inactive all game. His first catch came with 4:08 left in the fourth, and that's coming after Waller's huge 12-reception game against the Saints. It may just be third time's the charm, but Week 3 finally showed off the Pats' pass rush, forcing 3 fumbles, 3 turnovers, 2 sacks, 5 QB hits, and only allowed Vegas to convert on 33% of their third downs. That caliber of pass rush, plus some, is key to taking down Patrick Mahomes and his arsenal of weapons, most notably tight end Travis Kelce, rookie standout running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Now, Travis Kelce won't be the Patriots' main defensive concern, because after what we saw them scheme up against Darren Waller, arguably the most productive tight end in the league, they've proven they can handle tight ends. And same with Edwards-Helaire. If the pass can control a back of Josh Jacobs' caliber, they can shut down a rookie. But the big question mark is how they'll face off against a receiver like Tyreek Hill. The Raiders don't have a top-tier receiver, but if you look at the struggles they had Week 2 against DK Metcalf, who has half the speed and explosiveness of Hill, it's a red flag for sure in their defensive scheme. Now, with that being said, we have to keep in mind the Chiefs are a vulnerable team deep down. They showed a scratch in their armor when they almost lost to the Chargers, running down Kansas City's throats with 183 rushing yards and 44 carries, plus a rookie quarterback Justin Herbert leading the charge, who found out just 5 minutes before the game that he was suiting up. Now, you may disagree, but I'd like to think that the Patriots have just a little more going for them offensively this season than the Chargers do, especially in back depth. But don't get me wrong, this is going to be a battle royale of a matchup, especially after what we saw the Chiefs do against the Ravens on Monday night. But I'd like to think their blunders proved they're not as invincible as they appear. That's my hot take, and I'm sticking to it. In Foxborough, Alexi Iafrato, the Boston Herald.